Hi everyone, my name's Kizine and welcome to my channel, Write It Right. So it has been a little bit since I actually did a writing vlog for you guys, and they are some of my favorite videos to film, so I thought why not go ahead and do another one. If you are not new to my channel, you may have already seen some of my NaNoWriMo vlogs that I did this November when I was working on my Nano project. And believe it or not, while I did win NaNoWriMo, I actually did not finish my project when NaNoWriMo was actually over. Or in other words, my project did reach 50,000 words, but I believe that my story is going to be longer because my story was not finished at that 50,000 mark. Since Nano ended, at first I was kind of like, I thought I would just pick up where I left off and, after I hit 50K, kind of like just write every day and see where my word count builds up until I actually finish my novel. But that ended up not happening because I ended up taking quite a long break after NaNoWriMo, which I think was well deserved because I did write every day for 30 days and much more than I usually would write before Nano. So I think that a break was well deserved. However, my project is not finished and I really want to get back started on it so I can actually finish the first draft. So as of right now, my post-Nano word count is approximately 52,000 words, which I think is pretty good because that means that I've written about 2,000 words since NaNoWriMo ended. However, as of right now, like the spot that I'm in with my novel, I'm actually about, I think about chapter 27, and I'm planning a total of 30 chapters for my novel plus an epilogue. However, I noticed that as I actually, get closer to the finish line of my novel, it's kind of like more ideas for what can happen pop into my head. So it's kind of just deciphering whether or not I should kind of run with those ideas or set them to the side and kind of just go to the finish line, because I feel like I am a bit of a pantser and as far as my writing style, because I tend to just kind of go with the flow when it comes to my writing a lot of times. I'll just usually start the story and then more ideas will come to me, or what can happen next that kind of comes to me during the actual writing process instead of beforehand. So I think that that is one of the reasons as well why, I've kind of been stalling in the 26th and 27th chapters is, more ideas keep piling in my head, and it's kind of just balancing, which ones I should use and how I'm going to, get from one place to another, because I know what's going to happen in my story. It's just a matter of getting there. I think that sometimes not deters me, but makes me take a little break sometimes. And I think, after Nano, that was kind of one of those reasons as well. So today I'm planning on doing a few writing sprints, kind of just eventually talking to you guys about my projects, because although I've kind of I think all I've shared so far is the name of my projects, but I've never really gotten into kind of what it's about and, how I've worked on it and how I feel about it so far and things of that nature. So I really want to get into that a bit more during this writing vlog. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name's Kizine and welcome to my channel, Write It Right. Please give this video a humongous thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below if you have not already. And yeah, I think we are just going to go ahead and get into the writing. So I am back for my first update, and it has been about 30 minutes since I started my first writing sprint, and I was able to write about another 400 words, which I think is really good considering like the timing and everything. But yeah, I am just super excited about my story, and it feels so good to just sit down and write and be productive and kind of just like see my word count slowly like increase. I think that is like one of the most satisfying things to see like as a writer. Right now, at the point where I'm at in my story, I'm kind of like at that point where it's getting like not to the climax yet, but it's kind of like building up to the climax. I have like a final battle scene that I have not yet started, but I'm planning on like getting into that soon, probably within the next chapter or so. So definitely pretty soon, but now it's just kind of like that build up to like get it to the point where the tension is high, like the highest point in the story, and you know, everything kind of like comes to a close from there pretty quickly, I think, if things go according to plan with how I actually end up writing the ending of my story in draft 1. So my projects, the actual title of the book is called The Kick Society, and in short, what it's about is like 4 princesses of 4 different kingdoms in like this whole like big like piece of land called Magica. Are basically, they learn karate for the first time when their kingdom is threatened by a dark force. So basically what the dark force is basically all 4 of these princesses, because I have 4 main characters and then 2 supporting characters, all of them come from like different parts of Magica. Magica is split into 4 different kingdoms. So there is Harlia, Manalia, Alonzia, and Gigantia. And all of those kingdoms have different powers, like both the royals and the subjects of all 4 kingdoms have a different superpower. So basically, because this takes place in a magical world, all the princesses, just like any other world that you would know in like a story, have been sheltered their whole lives, and they didn't even know each other until like the story actually starts. But pretty much it's basically them kind of learning self-defense and learning about like how friendship, how powerful that actually is, and you know, kind of just learning about themselves and each other and their kingdom, and the process of, you know, learning that, you know, kind of like combat in order to protect the kingdom that they've always known. I'm not really going to go too in depth with what my book is actually about. That was kind of just like a rough, like kind of like a not a sales pitch, but you know, just kind of like a rough retelling of like what my story is about in a few sentences. But yeah, I think I'm gonna say like more in depth about what my fantasy novel is about for a later video. So please do comment down below if you would like to, you know, learn a little bit more about my project and, you know, the process of, you know, kind of like doing the first drafts of my project and things of that nature. But it is now about 7:22 and I have been talking for a little while now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do another sprint. If I could do at least about 1,000 more words today, that would be really awesome, because I'm really trying to, you know, kind of get my word count up. And while I'm not trying to be as like, you know, you just have to write today like on myself, because that's pretty much what NaNoWriMo is, you know. Even when you like don't necessarily feel like writing, it's, you know, just knowing that you want to get to that goal by the end of the month is what like kept me going. And like, it kind of like I had to force myself to write some days, but I'm trying not to like be like that anymore, especially since I'm going to attempt to do Camp NaNoWriMo in July most likely. Just kind of, you know, getting into like a more like fluid schedule, I think, is something that I've been working on lately. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and do another probably about a 30-minute word sprint or so, and I will see you guys once I get back. am back for update 2, and I am just super excited about my novel. I feel like the more that I write, the more excited I get about the whole story. It's just super exciting to like build your own idea for a world and this whole book, and it's all your own, just to see like it grow and see like even just looking back at my manuscript and seeing how much I've already written is like super encouraging and definitely like a big push to like keep going, I think. And I just get like super excited when I kind of talk about like what my book is about. Especially I'm glad that I incorporated like because if you didn't know, like when actually starting NaNoWriMo, I actually came up with the idea, or really it was my creative writing club that introduced me to NaNoWriMo. They introduced me to it originally last year, and I did not really even like do any writing. I remember like creating an account, but not on the like Young Writers Program website. I actually made an account on just the regular website, and I don't think I ended up actually writing anything. It was more so just me kind of making the account, and I don't think I even like got an idea for like the project that I wanted to write. Like I think I literally just made the account and that was it, and I never went back to it. So this year was my first time actually doing NaNoWriMo, and I made the decision to actually enroll in it the same time or the same night that we had a live class kind of introducing it. And basically I made an account, and like I used that like workbook that NaNoWriMo gives you, kind of like to do like the whole planning process, and you know, just the process to, you know, kind of like make characters, like your character profiles, kind of like introduce that setting, do like a really rough like outline of what each of your chapters are gonna be and things of that nature. And like actually getting the idea for this novel, it was actually pretty random. Like I literally just kind of took random words or interests of mine, or like things in books that I like to read, because I am writing an MG fantasy and I love to read MG fantasy. So to me, that just like works really, really well, just because I feel like as a writer and a reader, it's good to kind of like write what you like to read, because I feel like that's what you're most familiar with, unless you want to step out of the box. But I thought that since I love reading fantasy books and I love reading middle grade books, to write an MG fantasy would be the best route for me. But yeah, I think that is all for now, and we are going to go ahead and get back into writing. Okay, you guys, so I am officially done for tonight. I think I have written like in total about 850 more words, which I think is really good, like considering the time that I spent on my project tonight. But yeah, I think I'm going to just wrap it up around here. and then probably pick it up tomorrow or whenever I get the time and next to go ahead and write some more. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this writing vlog. It's kind of like cozy winter vlog, and it was super fun to film, so I really hope you guys enjoyed watching it as well. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a humongous thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below for more awesome writerly and bookish content. And I really hope that you all had fun, you know, kind of seeing me and seeing and hearing about my novel and, you know, what I'm kind of like working on at this moment in my writing journey. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!